Well, good morning, everyone. On behalf of the entire Gogo team, we'd like to welcome everyone to the 65th Annual Aircraft Electronics Association Convention and Trade Show. For those of you that I've worked alongside over the last 12 plus years, or if we've not had the opportunity to meet, my name is Dave Salvador, and I'm responsible for the aftermarket channel at Gogo Business Aviation. And it's truly my honor and Gogo's honor to once again sponsor the opening ceremonies and new product introductions today here in 2022. Time sure flies. So yesterday when I got to the airport, I grabbed a taxi, and as traveling 85, 90 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic with my Mario Andretti taxi cab driver, I felt a little nostalgic. And the reason I felt nostalgic was 35 years ago, my career started in this part of the country in aircraft electronics. I had graduated basic training in the U.S. Air Force and was stationed at Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi, and that started my career in this industry, which has been a very blessed career, and I'm very honored to be part of this community. I also that year, 35 years ago, got to have the opportunity to experience Mardi Gras. And, well, my uncle who lives in Slidell, Louisiana, he had a friend that rented a hotel room on Bourbon Street, second floor balcony, multiple boxes of beads and a lot of alcohol, and had a hell of a good time. It was just a lot of fun. But what I'd like to ask everyone is, what is your why this week? Why did you travel to New Orleans for this event? Is it about growth? Are you here to grow your business more? Are you here to expand your product offerings? Are you here to grow your network? As we all know, this is the AEA family reunion, and it's really good to be back here regular time that we've been having it in the past. Or did you come to educate? Are you looking to educate yourself on the products that you currently represent to market and sell and install in the aircraft that you serve? Or are you looking to get some technical training? Gogo will be doing some technical training this week, and we hope that everyone that has the opportunity can attend that. Or is it about focus? Are you looking at focusing your business to what is the most profitable products that you currently represent? Let's face it, the labor shortages that we all face, the finite amount of labor, as well as every aircraft that you place on every square foot of your hangars has to have the most profitable jobs. Or lastly, like I did 35 years ago, did you come to have some fun? And of course, we have the first nighter party. There'll be multiple events that'll be sponsored during the week. And the last couple of years have been challenging, so hope you all have a little bit of fun. But let's start off with some audience participation. So for the audience members, whoever belongs to the silent generation or the traditionalists, could you make some noise, raise your hands? Okay, how about the baby boomers? Baby boomers, can you make some noise, raise your hands? All right, who's our Gen Xers out there? All right, here comes the millennials. These are Gen Ys. And then there's the youth of our audience, the Gen Zs, the future of our industry. Gen Zs, make some noise. Making TikTok videos, I guess, right now. All right, well, let's talk about growth. We'll go back to what I started off with, growth. In our industry, we've seen tremendous growth in aviation. It's really quite booming. And with that, in business aviation specifically, the demand for business aircraft is greater than it's ever been. The amount of aircraft that are being chartered, the amount of fractional shares that are being sold, the used aircraft market is at its lowest inventory in history. And with that, you would expect that the connectivity solutions that are on those airplanes, that's also seeing the demand of utilization. And that is the case, but at Gogo, what we are seeing as well is the ferocious appetite for data consumption with the applications that the passengers are using. And we've seen nearly a 40% increase in data consumption just in the last year. Why I played the game of the generation in the audience, we sanctioned a survey last year, late last year, that we went out with a third-party organization, and the recipients did not know that it was Gogo that was doing that survey, and we gained some real important data points out of that. And one of the big one is the baby boomers are no longer the majority that are flying on business aircraft. The audience and the customer base that is flying on business aircraft are really starting to get younger and more diverse. And as I mentioned, when you start looking at the amount of data that's being consumed and the applications that are being run on aircraft with the passengers and the crews that are connecting to the ground below, you can see with that younger audience, and while we joke about TikTok, I can imagine there's plenty of videos that are being streamed on business aircraft. And there's two sides of it, of course. It's the business that's being done and the type of applications that are being used, video conferencing, WebExes, Teams meetings, Zoom. Zoom became a brand name in the last couple of years just because of streaming. And all that is happening on business aircraft. And we need to keep up with the demand. So let me show you a video that talks about how Gogo is keeping up with today's demand and what we're building next.
Watch me as I go. I'm moving on. Hey, I'm moving on. Hey, got nothing left to say. Let's be on my way. Best of luck. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I got a new life. He runs for miles. 67 fastback. Oh, it's just my style. We're headed down the road. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Got nothing left to say. Let's be on my way. Best of luck. I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
Productivity, efficiency, and quality of life. Let's face it, that's what is synonymous with operating business aircraft and synonymous with what connectivity can do for us, whether that be on the ground or in the air. And the way Gogo has been doing that now is with the Advanced platform. And the Advanced platform we introduced less than 5 years ago, and through our well-established partnerships that we have with AEA members, it has been one of the most prolific in-flight broadband solution adopted, and not only for connectivity, but also for entertainment, the aspect of a platform not just being a pipe on the aircraft, but a platform offering multitude of features and functionalities. I am proud to announce today, and we issued a press release this morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, that the Gogo Advanced platform and the systems that you, our partners, have installed in less than 5 years. This weekend, we crossed the 1,000,000th flight, wheels up to wheel down, with the Advanced platform. And that's tremendous if you think about it. That's in less than 5 years. In 55 months, an average of over 18,000 flights with this platform have been flown. And the productivity, the efficiency, and the quality of life that those units in the aircraft for the passengers and the crews connecting to the world below. Very excited about that. And because of the partnerships that we have with the AEA members that are our OEM partners, MROs, dealer partners, there has been over 2,600 advanced units installed in less than that 5 years. And the range of aircraft that it's been installed in is anywhere from a Cirrus Vision Jet all the way up to a Boeing 757. And we thank you for that partnership. It's incredible to have that level of collaboration to bring these solutions to market. And when I mentioned in the beginning the aspects of growth, the aspects of education and focus, the focus that you, our partners, have done have led to the successes that we've shared together in this. And some of you may know Mr. Andy Geist, who is on our senior leadership team at Gogo. I've had the honor to work alongside Andy for all the years I've been with the company. And internally, one of the things that he has always inspired our teams to do is really that people matter and results matter. And the people in this room that are our partners, you really matter. And you matter because of the amount of success and growth that we've had together in our businesses, and the results are indicative in the last 5 years with over 1 million flights and over 2,600 systems installed. So thank you. We're very grateful for the partnership. And I mentioned the Cirrus Vision Jet. This is a first in our industry, and you start looking at focus and opportunity and growing our businesses. We are now seeing a much broader market segmentation of in-flight connectivity, down to now the first personal jet and the first GA aircraft to have this level of connectivity in the aircraft. And what's what's exciting is in less than 8 months, that's when our announcement was with the partnership, there has been over 35 aircraft that have been installed with the Advance L3 that are now flying. And that's a tremendous amount of adoption in very little time. With the amount of business that's been done and the amount of investment with our partners on the OEM side, we are factory option on 27 new production aircraft. There's nearly 200 installations certified in the advanced platform in the aftermarket, and almost every type of business aircraft that you can imagine has the opportunity to have the advanced products installed in the aircraft. And again, your partnership is greatly appreciated. As we've continued to look at adoption, and again, as we look at opportunity, PlaneSense was recently announced as one of our fleet operators that has adopted the Advance L3 in their PC-12 and PC-24 aircraft models. And most recently, a certification was done on the Honda jet. So connectivity is broadly offered now across the gamut of business aircraft. So that's what's going on now. What I'd like to talk about is what Gogo's doing next. Let's talk about Gogo 5G. But before I get into some of the details, I want to clear the air and set the record straight on something that has occurred with our announcement of Gogo 5G. And this is due to the amount of mainstream media around the potential interference with 5G and radar altimeters. In this graph that you see up here, the Gogo 5G experience will be delivered in the 2.4 gigahertz range. The terrestrial providers of 5G, they use the C-band, and the C-band frequency spectrum sits adjacent to the radar altimeter spectrum where radar altimeters are operated. So this is where the concern is that the potential for spurious frequencies to affect near airports when airplanes are landing that have radar altimeters that have erroneous readings. And this has been where the noise has been about. But I want to assure you that Gogo 5G does not cause radar altimeter interference. The other thing I'd like to talk about is the 5G experience that we're going to be delivering here later this year. The 5G experience, in order to have a 5G experience, it must be end-to-end. And what I mean by that is the Gogo LRU that's in the aircraft, it must have a 5G air card. The antenna that is installed on the aircraft must have a 5G antenna element. On the ground, the Gogo data centers must be 5G enabled. And then, of course, the network, what's hanging off the towers and the radios that are on the network must be 5G. And with our partnerships with Airspan and Cisco, we are providing an end-to-end 5G experience for business aviation. And I will say that we are the only 5G experience, whether it be air-to-ground or SATCOM, that's available later this year. So, the Gogo 5G update, let's give you a quick update on that. We are on schedule. We're on budget. We've signed our first launch customer, which is JetEdge. They're going to equip 50 large cabin aircraft with Gogo 5G, and the first aircraft is going in for installation this summer. We announced late last year the performance of 5G, which have an average of 25 megabits per second, and peak speeds of 75 to 80 megabits. And it's not only the speed that 5G is providing, it's the capacity to do the ferocious or the appetite of, or the applications that require the data consumption and more users doing it without degradation of those services. So that's, again, you have to remember it's not just speed, it's capacity, the bandwidth. In February last month, we announced that we had received certification, first article STC, and Parts Manufacturing Authority, PMA, on our 5G antenna, and we're going into production on that. And our 5G network deployment. We completed a test network at the end of 2021. We have many more sites that have now been activated, and our work has continued straight through the winter, into the spring, and now it will be into the summer. I'm pleased to announce today that this map that you see before or behind me is our actual live sites for Gogo 5G, and we have posted this map live on our website, and you can follow in full transparency the rollout of the remainder of our 5G network. As we light up new sites, our website will be updated so you can see the rollout of our 5G network. I'm also here to announce today at the show that we will have full 5G hardware STC and PMA. We will have complete 5G network done, and we will launch 5G service at NBAA 2022, the week of October 18th. So as I'm rounding the end of my presentation, I want to go back to the hungry applications that are out there. This slide represents just a few of the applications that are used on the internet today, but what's ironic about it is if you look from 2016 to 2022, how much growth of demand in an internet minute there is for these type of applications. We joke about TikTok, but can you imagine there's 176 million videos that are viewed on the internet in 1 minute, every minute on the internet? It's crazy. And in 2016, that application wasn't even launched. So what's next? And how will our passengers be able to do those applications on business aircraft in the future? So as partners, we have shared with you, of course, that the AVANCE L5, that hardware package, that delivers exceptional connectivity. Today, you're able to stream with that. But that is the foundation for 5G. And we are here to announce today that we will be providing provisional kits for 5G because our new PMA and STC antenna works with the L5. So we will be offering for customers that want to provision for 5G when it's rolled out later this year, the ability to do that. So I'd invite all of you as our partners to stop by our booth, number 207, tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. We're going to have a cocktail hour, and you'll get an opportunity to hear from and meet some of the rock stars that are rolling out our 5G network and the folks that have designed and built the system. So we'd love to have you join us tomorrow at our booth. I thank you for your attention this morning, and now let's start the 2022 New Product Introductions.
Aero-News Network's coverage of the 65th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show, live from New Orleans, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors.
Hi, Devin Gall here, one of your True Blue Power field service engineers.
Hi, I'm Ryan Reed with True Blue Power.
Think about how much better your back is going to feel when lifting 40 pounds less up here when changing the battery out.
As a pilot that flies behind these batteries, walking up to your aircraft knowing your engine's going to start every time is unlike any other battery.